I'm Simone, this is Noor, Rachel, and Brittany, and we've created a plan for bringing Kroger into Canada. So let's just give you a quick introduction before we actually go into the details of the Canadian market. What we want to do is create a greenfield investment with local strategic alliances for support, and we're going to have a sort of niche grocery store that sells healthy, green, technologically integrated products. So let's learn a little bit more about Kroger before we talk about Canada. We have Brittany to help us with that.
All right, basically Kroger was founded in 1883 by Barney Kroger. It was initially started as a series of general stores that he strung together to become the Kroger Company. Currently, they operate almost 2,500 stores in 31 states under nearly 12 banners, meaning that they're very extensive, and they've had profits of, I think, $76 billion last year. Their four main types of stores are supermarkets, multi-department stores, a price impact store, and a marketplace store. The marketplace store is the store that we are attempting to take into Canada.
Now we're going to hear a little bit about the Canadian environment. Canada is a mature market with low barrier to entry, well-established distribution chains, a highly fragmented market, and a growing service sector with a strong trend toward online retailing. Most sales are handled through relatively short marketing channels, and in many cases the products will go directly from the manufacturer to the end user. With a consolidated food sector and saturated market, promotional advertising in Canada has a strong foothold, and integrated promotion through media forums are increasingly on the rise. As we will see, television advertising and virtual online world are becoming extraordinarily big for search and internet users. The United States has a long history with Canada, given the market's close proximity, common culture, and comparable standard of living. So with similar business practices and lifestyle pursuits, U.S. trade with Canada has been greatly facilitated. And of course, with the North American Free Trade Agreement, aka the NAFTA, we have a huge competitive edge in Canada. Under the NAFTA, we have eliminated tariff and non-tariff barriers to trading goods, improved access for services trade, established rules on investment, and a strengthened protection of intellectual property rights. And Ontario specifically provides easy access to prosperous consumer and industrial markets. Although the NAFTA has been made official, it is important to recognize that we do have some non-tariff barriers, and under the Canada's Custom Act, we do have tariff contingents for specific agricultural products like wheat and barley. But it is to note that most all trade passes through without difficulty due to the close harmonization of the Canadian and U.S. products. However, Canada's government is substantially different than the U.S. It has a constitutional monarchy with a parliamentary government, and the Prime Minister is the leader of the political party in power and the head of the cabinet. And each, a single and elected legislative chamber member govern each province. And the main consideration with Canada's political system is for the government to balance the conflicting interests of the 10 different provinces and 3 territories. The maturity of the Canada market has lent itself to an extraordinary amount of paperwork. They highly value the regulations, and the requirements are very detailed. Under the Investment Canada Act, Canada must be notified of any investment of a non-Canadian to establish a new Canadian business regardless of the size. Contractual procedure is extremely important to the government, so we are going to see a lot of international trade professionals, brokers, consultants who are going to limit the problems in the execution of the product and ensure that the contract is filed properly. There are key factors that make Canada so attractive for investors. First of all, it offers foreign investors full national treatment within the context of an open, developed open market economy. And secondly, their strong economic fundamentals, their proximity to the U.S. market, their highly skilled employees, and of course their abundant resources make it highly desirable. And Ontario is the world leader in food technology, so it's a perfect environment for Kroger. In Canada, making the products localized and the transaction as close to a domestic transaction as possible is key. And in addition to the proper customs documentation, Canada requires all bilingual labeling due to the bilingual language of the area, which includes English and French. Canadian importers are very demanding, especially regarding the delivery of goods and timely service. And as a result, the consumers are as well spoiled, and they are very big on after-sales customer support and the high quality. So tradition and respect are highly valued attributes in Canada, and people are expected to retain a very reserved demeanor, because this indicates confidence and credibility. So our goal will be to gain respect and allegiance by respecting the personal space, and because relationships are so crucial, understanding the Canadian environment will be our very first step.
All right, now I'm going to talk about the competitive assessment of Ontario's grocery market, because that's where we're going to be entering. Our target market, we're going after the young single professionals and the elderly, kind of two different groups, but we'll explain later. Our major competitors are in the form of national grocery retail chains, online delivery services, which are becoming more popular, and foreign multinationals already present in Canada. Our four national competitors are Loblaws, Sobeys, Metro Inc., and Longo's. Loblaws is the largest chain in Canada. It has 1,400 stores, and they use a large store, low price model, similar to the Walmart model in the States. And their big thing is that they do have such a large market share, so that gives them a lot of advantage, but that also limits their scope in tailoring and customizing it to the people of Canada. For Sobeys, they're the second largest. They have 1,300. They're more service oriented. They use technology, and they use increased customer service strategies in order to differentiate themselves from a Loblaws. For Metro, they're the third largest. They're only located in Ontario and Quebec. And what they do is they focus more on convenience. They have 24-hour stores, and they've started to consolidate their branding to strengthen that brand equity that they have. For Longo's, they're the smallest. They're a family-run service. They're more grassroots, so they work with local consumers and producers to kind of have that neighborhood feel with them. And they also own GroceryGateway.com, which is an online delivery service which adds to their product model. All right, now for our online grocery delivery services, we have Easy Grocer, GroceryGateway.com, and MrCase.com. Grocery Gateway is a purely rural service that's in northwestern Ontario. Wait, go back. Nope, that one. All right, sorry about that technical difficulties. Basically, they're operated through small, independently owned stores, and they have a really low pricing model because it's just kind of a local chain. All right, now, okay. Grocery Gateway is owned by Longo's, and they deliver to homes and businesses, and they have a more competitive pricing model because they deliver to a wider scope, and they're only located in the Greater Toronto area, which is where Longo's is located, and their main thing is they use very complex technology to